The biggest single obstacle standing in your way to success is not lack of education, it's not lack of background, it's not lack of money, it's lack of belief in yourself. I believe the most important thing to winning is you. It's what kind of person you are, what kind of husband you are, what kind of wife you are, what kind of dad you are, what kind of mom you are, what kind of example you are. See, folks, you are it. You are everything. The most important thing to winning it is your attitude about you. It's your attitude about life. Positive thinkers win and negative thinkers lose. Whatever you expect to happen with confidence happens.
The fundamental key to success is what you believe is true for yourself. Not what you want, not what you desire. It's what do you believe?
The first thing you've got to do to get what you want is believe that you can. Believe it's possible for you to have it. And if there's someone out there that has done it, why the f*** ain't it possible for you? We are all born with the same amount of time in a day. And anything that they can do, you can do too.
The most important thing is your passion. You win with your heart, not your head. You win on emotion, not on logic. The most important thing to winning is the power of believing in you. The power of believing that you can win. The power of believing that good things will happen to you. The power of believing that you're special.
Believe that you can. And once you want something and believe that you can get it, you've got to block out all of the noise around you that's going to tell you you can't do it. Don't listen to all that Just believe that you can.
The difference in being great and average and ordinary, the difference in winning and losing is this much. And this much is what I call a special kind of attitude, a special kind of mental toughness, a special kind of hunger to be somebody. The single most important thing you'll develop in your entire lifetime is a positive attitude.
Focus on how your life will be better and what your life will look like when you get what you want. You do this and your brain will think that by helping you get what you want, you're moving away from pain and towards pleasure. Greatness isn't achieved by that one massive thing you do. It's those tiny little consistent baby steps we take every single day that add up to achieving that goal. Amazing things happen when you believe you have something. Your brain actively goes out to make it happen. Believe that you can do it and work hard to get it and it's yours. You can do anything you want in this life, anything at all. But you've got to believe it's possible and work your ass off to get it.
Starts this Saturday morning. It seems like I'm looking a bit dark. Can everyone see me clearly? Okay, what a great way to start the Saturday morning with such great motivational speeches. Believing in yourself is the best gift you can give to yourself. Welcome, narrators on purpose, to our Saturday dose of vocal prowess with Zazee and Mamuzo. I'm so glad to have you today. I mean, what are we not able to do with our voices? Tell me. We act, yeah, which we tell stories, we narrate, and then with our voices we can change history. Oh yes, we can. And that's why we're here today to give ourselves practical examples and tips on how we can better our voice artistry by learning through practical ways how to pronounce words, how to become masters of diction, elocution, and enunciation. Good to have you on the show today. My name is Mamuzo. Of course, I have Zazee with me, so I'm sure you'll be seeing Zazee pretty soon. Yes, you will. Our focus today will be on tongue twisters. I know. Tongue twisters, no string of words that because of the monotones or diphthongs, that are clumped together, could be pretty difficult for you to pronounce. I know, because I've been there before. But with alliteration and constant repetition, we're able to master how to pronounce those words perfectly and sweetly too. So yes, today we have our tongue twisters. But before I get on to our tongue twister for today, I'd like to say a few things about practicing. I know you have a great voice and maybe you've been on some stages doing spoken word, poem, or maybe you are just a voice actor who stays in the studio booth to express, to communicate, through your voice, expressions and thoughts and stories, and you're great. But sometimes, our confidence level does drop from 80% to 30% because we find on that script a word we're not very familiar with. We're not sure about the pronunciation, or we find in our speech, the speeches we have created, words that we're not quite sure how we should communicate them. But today we want to be able to teach ourselves how we can put some finesse into those words. Idris says, good morning. Idris, good morning to you. I'm sure I'm not alone here today. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I cannot see the comments though, but I believe Idris is here with me. Azizat is here with me. And I believe you are here with me as well. So good to have you on the show. So today we just want to be able to teach you, how can we how can we boost our confidence by practicing repeatedly how to pronounce certain words? And just before Azizat, who is our coach for today, Azizat will be teaching us how to identify the monophones and diphthongs in these strings of tongue twisters, and then how we can deliver them with perfection, in fact, because you can actually speak perfectly. Someone says there's no perfect speech. Well, maybe there isn't, but in your own unique way, you can deliver your speech in a way that you convey emotions, you express those thoughts or those lines beautifully, and everyone can see beyond your words to hearing and feeling what those words carry, the messages those words carry. So thank you again for joining us today. I'm glad to have you. And I apologize. I feel like my screen is sort of blurred. I'm not clear enough. If I can get a moment, let me turn on the lights again and then see if that would improve, my image on the screen. So give me a moment, please, a moment, please. Yes, see, there's some improvements. So sorry about that. Okay, so can we have Azizat on the? Can we have Azizat now? Can bring Azizat into the studio now? Drew.
I've been waiting.
Good to have you here, Azizat. Oh my God, I know those scarves. The way you tie them, man, you need to teach me. Oh. Okay, by the
no
way,
problem.
Yeah, I think this is your artsy part of you, always, showing up in what you wear, how you wear them. And I totally love the scarf. Good to have you on the show this morning. Yeah, good morning to you,
let's just say good day, because we never can tell where the viewers are listening to from. So good day, pleasant greetings to you. And it's an Easter weekend. Happy Easter!
So I think we have you on the show today. Okay, so I think we can project the tongue twister for this weekend. By the way, it's not just going to be what we would learn on today. We will also ask you, after learning from this session, to go back home and then try it out, record yourself, and send back to us. So simply put, this is our weekend challenge. So listen up. Pay attention, and I'm certain you will learn a lot from Aziza. This is what she's been doing for how many years now? So she's a pro at it. So our tongue twister for today is this. Aziza, don't try and judge me right now. Okay, I'm just reading out. So don't try and judge me right now. Okay, so this is a tongue twister for. I'm a student too, so when you start teaching us, then I will have
to. We are students. We are students. Yeah.
Okay, so the tongue twister for this weekend is this. I'm sure that we'll find a way to project it as we have the session go on, so you'll see for yourself. Read along. Woody woodchuck. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, he would chuck. He would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Oh my gosh!
Well, that's
break this down for us, please.
Yeah, when the first time I came across that, it was a whole chunk to bite.
I can imagine.
But to start with, because we want to use this platform to learn, I will encourage us to break down. Let's break it down into pieces. And I wouldn't want us to, because this is like the maiden edition of this vocal prowess. I'm not going to make us bite too much chunk. So we would have to chew slowly and learn faster. Three key consonant sounds are present in this tongue twister. There are a number of vowel sounds. So I would want us to start with the consonant sounds, and they are the key consonant sounds are we. Like, I want to pronounce it out first so you know what I'm talking about. The as represented by the letter W. And then we also have where we have the CH representing that. And then we also have in this case, we have words like could. That's the initial. Interestingly, English language, interestingly, that is the alphabet C that has the sound K. So for us to get a better, faster, smoother tongue twisting rendition,
delivery,
it is always very important that we also work on the consonant sounds, the vowel sounds present in the script. So learning to pronounce is, well, let me not say it's easy, but it's easier learned when you are referring to your dictionary. And thank God, we all carry our dictionaries on our phone these days. So you could always type, thanks to Google, you could always type and you listen to the pronunciation that is given. There are always variants, but of course we are Africans, where we are broadcasted from. So we go with the British English. So we go with the British pronunciation more often. So to get this articulated rightly, let's practice the paying attention to the lips, where you have it rounded and released. That is it. And then the sound ch. Now that is a combination of two sounds, very fast, pronounced swiftly. The ch, it has the t and the sh. So pronouncing it really fast makes it ch. So you can start slowly, sh, sh, and then make it fast. Ch, ch. So this is you paying attention to what goes on in the vocal cavity. That is your tongue as it touches the upper part of the lips and then rest after the pronunciation. So try it. Ch, 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 ch. And then the third one that we'll focus on today is k. That is also you working with the tongue and of course the upper part of the mouth cavity. So you are pronouncing the sound k. Remember, you also have to watch your teeth and your lips too. The placement of these or the non-placement of these affects what you bring out. So getting the sound k, you would have to pay attention to where your tongue is placed, how your lips are spread, and the almost coming together of your teeth. So all this determines how the airflow comes out and what sound is pronounced. So if you're able to practice this more, the and the ch and key, no, not key, is if you're able to get all three sounds right, we should be very good in ensuring that we articulate this tongue twister right. Remember, Mamuzo, let's do this. Maybe we'll have a second part of this where we'll be paying attention to the vowel sounds, because that also is very important. But we don't want to make this session too long so that it would not be too much chunk to bite on. So let me go first. This is a challenge. Remember, we're all learning. Okay, so and I would urge you, as you watch us, I will urge you to practice, pay attention to the lip placement, how you might not get how the tongue is being placed, but of course, if you practice, you'll be able to pay attention to them and know how they are placed and not how not to be placed. Now we go. I'm going with the tongue twister now. Wordy woodchuck. Reading it first. Wordy woodchuck. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, a wood as much as it could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Now you see interesting sounds that these three key sounds make. The
yes
and the key. All right, so how many times are we supposed to say this? 3 times, 7 times, 11 times?
So I'm gonna put you on the spot and I'll have you say it 4 times. Can you? And see, and then we're gonna graduate our speed. So when you start, I'll let you, I mean, for the first time you can go slow. The other time increase the speed. The third time increase it some more. The fourth time fastest. So are you ready to go? Okay.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to also make mistakes and be corrected.
You're the teacher here.
All right. Yeah, all right, so let's go. Wordy woodchuck. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, it would as much as it could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, it would as much as it could, and let me take.
You know, that's the tongue twisters. At some point, you get breathless. So how do we manage that?
What did you say?
At some point, you run out of breath. So how do we manage that? When you're trying to sound very fast?
I think another tip that is very important is that you have your scripts just in front of you. I'm using a phone, so I don't know, my eyesight is not on my side. So, you know, if the texts are bold enough and you can see and not have to tap when the screen goes black,
that's
as my phone just did, there wouldn't be any distraction. So it is always easier when you have your text bold and you can just read. Yeah. And if you're reading from the screen of your phone, just like I messed up right now, it wouldn't have to go blank and then you're wondering what is the next word. But let me give it another shot. I don't give up. No, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting on that now. Sorry. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, it would as much as it could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, it would as much as it could, and it was much wood as a woodchuck would. I lost it there. Okay, let's hear from you. Perhaps. Let's hear from you.
A deep breath. Okay, let's try this out now. Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It would chuck wood as much as it could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. So I continue. I said 4 times, right? So I just need 1. 3 more to go, and then faster this time. Well, I mean, naturally, I speak fast, so I think that I've been able to somewhat master speaking clearly alongside, speaking with a level of speed. But sometimes, yes. However, sometimes you have to be careful not to have illusion where some of your sounds or your words are lost, while you're speaking fast. But maybe that's the edge I have. So let me just try and do it 3 more times. Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck he would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck he would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck he would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How was that?
That was really fantastic. Yeah, the thing is, you might not have even paid attention to the words, but you have mastered saying them really fast and, of course, coherently too. So I think another trick that always would work is understanding the context.
Exactly.
Perhaps I'd take it as a story. Yeah, so you're reading and then it's as if you're saying a story. It's as if you're narrating something. So that definitely will also work. So let me give it another try, and then let's see that we have more people sending in their videos and can do better than I do.
Oh, by the way, you have from today, Saturday and Sunday, to send in your video. So please do not sleep on this one, my people. This is about us practicing and becoming better with our voice artistry. So please do your videos and send to the NLP platform on Facebook. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, it would as much as it could, and as how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, it would as much as it could, and chuck as much as woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck, it would as much as it could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. That's why. Yeah. So I guess we can throw the challenge out there now. So if you think you can do better than I do, well, that should be you having like an average. If you do better than I did, and if you can do better than Mamuzo did, well, I guess you'll be getting very close to 100% if you did that.
Okay. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing your videos, your takes, and then take on this challenge. Just use the hashtag NLP Weekend Challenge, Tongue Twisters, I Can. The 3 hashtags again are NLP Weekend Challenge, Tongue Twisters, and I Can. So please do this, share on your social media platforms, and then just in case you're watching on YouTube or on any other platform and you're not a member of Narratives on Purpose, I mean, we welcome you. We look forward to having you join us. All we do is to see how we can share the African narrative using the instrumentation of our voice. So you have a great voice. You can tell a story. You can deliver your poems or spoken words, and then people are changed, are transformed by the messages of your voice. So please join us. We'll share the link in the comments. I'm sure Adrian can help us do that. We'll share the link to join the NLP Facebook page somewhere in the comments section. Look out for it, and we're looking to welcome you to join the big family. And don't forget, it's open to public speakers, it's open to poets, to spoken word artists, it's open to voice talent. So if you are in the voice business, whether you're voice talented or not, we welcome you. So thank you. This is our show for today. We're looking forward to another great show on Saturday morning, same time, 11 a.m. And trust Aziza, she'll be here with me next week for another interesting and exciting and entertaining practice session with you. How many times do you have to practice every week? I'm sure you don't have enough time, right? Okay, so yeah, Edward just shared the Facebook link now. So please click on it and then join the NLP group on Facebook. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Send in your challenge. Don't forget that, okay? Bye-bye. Azizat, love you.
Love you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, everyone.